Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's coverage of the Full Throttle Sim Racing Points Truck Series presented by Full Throttle Television. Tonight we're here in Hampton, Virginia, and Richmond, and I guess Richmond Raceway. They took the International out, but we are here at the action track, they call it, Richmond Raceway. Looking forward to a great race here at Richmond. In the booth with me tonight is Richie Coy. My name's Brody Hanna. We'll be covering the action here tonight for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. And Richie, this is a fun, exciting track, or at least it used to be, but it's a lot of fun. It's one of my favorite tracks, and it's a blast to try to get the truck or car around the track.
Yeah, this is probably it's definitely a top 5 track for me. If it's not, it's definitely second or third on my list. So I love coming here. It's a neat short track. iRacing just recently did an update to it and made it all purdy and looking good. So I'm excited for tonight.
It does look really good. And it drives pretty good, too. We drove some practice laps last night and should put on a pretty good show here tonight for the truckers. Looking forward to seeing what happens. Well, we got 200 laps on tap here tonight for the Truck Series. Stage caution, lap 50. We'll go ahead and look at our race analysis here for the Truck Series. Again, a D-shaped oval here, 3/4 of a mile. Don't know why the map doesn't show. Guess because it's a new track. But it is a D-shaped oval. You'll just have to trust me there. It does provide some challenges for the guys for sure. You know, the entry to turn 1's a lot different than the entry to turn 3. And Richie, you know, there's some tricky parts of this track.
Yeah, there absolutely is. And the keys to this track is that there are several ways to be able to get through turns 1 and 2 fast. But for me, there's only one way to get through turns 3 and 4, and that's right there on the bottom on the yellow line. And that's always been my key to racing here, is trying to stay on the bottom through 3 and 4 and not wear out your right front or right rear tire. So yeah, a lot of tricky points, but still one of my favorite tracks. I love this place.
Yeah, I do too. But I do kind of venture up towards the top. I like using some of that extra asphalt that you kind of stay away from. So everybody has a little different approach to this track, which makes it a lot of fun. Let's look at the schedule though, or what's left of it. Tonight we have Richmond, and then we have one race remaining. While the sun is setting here in Richmond, the sun is setting on this the points battle as well, with Richmond being tonight and one race left at Milwaukee. We're getting down to it for the 2025 B season. Let's look at the B season points as we come in. Brendan Polt with a lead out front. Unfortunately, our second place guy who was challenging him is not going to be here tonight. Unfortunately, he had computer issues, so he's not going to be here tonight. You got Jonathan Atkins looking faster out of tonight in third place. Wyatt Huntley and Nicholas Moreau all in your top 5 right there.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed that Robert isn't going to be able to make it. He was trying to do the best to make this a real good points race, and had it down to I think 4 points at one time. So he was still within striking distance. Jonathan and Wyatt, there's an outside chance, but Brendan would have to have 2 really bad weeks in a row for that to happen. But it is what it is, and we still got some battles going on through the top 10 here. So
yeah,
it's not over for them yet.
Yeah, everybody's looking for points, and we'll look at our season-long playoff standings here. Nicholas Moreau continued to lead in the way with those 11 wins after a win last week at Watkins Glen. He just adds to that total. These guys trying to get in on points, so you got Robert Malikian, no win yet for the season or for the year, but he's pretty solidly locked in there in points, barring something major happening. You got Tony Solari on the bubble, but look at that gap between 15th and 16th. Pretty large. So if we get another winner, it's really going to make things interesting up there towards those guys. Otherwise, it's going to be kind of a rough battle there.
Yeah, absolutely. So Tony either needs to win to get in, or he needs somebody else that has not gotten a win that's below that cut line to not get that win. So it's I think he should go to Vegas because he's going to be gambling for the next 2 weeks.
Absolutely. Well, the cars are starting to grid up. Let's head over to our starting lineup tonight for the Richmond 200, the Sim Racing Points Truck Series. On pole tonight, in the number 4 Toyota, we talked about him third in points. That's going to be Jonathan Atkins taking the pole tonight. To his outside, his teammate, the 53, that is Brandon Elder. Starting P3, the number 99, he looked quick in practice, that's JP Burns. And to his outside is the 21, Wyatt Hunley. Starting P5, the 77, Noah Nicholson. And to his outside, another double-digit number, the 22, Michael Blackner. Starting P7, the number 9, that is Marshall Johnson. And the 7 of Wayne Grassi will start beside him in 8th. Starting P9, the 28, that is TJ Bartell. And rounding out your top 10 is the 3 of Chad Lang.
11th starting spot, we have Joshua O'Connor in the 70 with Dave Nestor in the 36 to his outside in 12th. Barry Kramer will roll off in 13th in the number 18. And Tony Solari will roll off on his outside in the number 11. Chris Gore in the 89 will roll off in 15th position, and Brian Messer will be on his outside in number 13. The 11-time winner, Nicholas Moreau, not showing up for qualifying tonight, as he will roll off 17th with John Connor in the 76th and 18th. Ryan Chapman, also one of our front runners usually, is going to roll off 19th tonight in the number 10, with our points leader rolling off 20th. So some of our top guys not having great qualifying runs here, but 71 of Brendan Polt will be 20th. Joseph Burgess will roll off 21st with Lewis Megal in 22nd. Alan Duranco, Richard Meyer will be in the next row, 23rd, 24th, with James Torrey and Shad Curran rounding out our 26 truck field.
26 trucks tonight, kind of a small field for this track, but I'm sure some of the drivers will not complain, as this is one of those short tracks where things can get hairy in a hurry. It is kind of a fast track too to be a short track, so things happen quickly. We'll watch what happens here tonight. So Richie, with our one of 2 pace laps starting here, I'm going to throw it to you. Who are you watching tonight?
Oh, I got a lot of guys that I'm watching tonight. I'm watching the 4, the 21, their teammates. They've been running pretty good all season long. I'd really love to see Brandon Elder have a great run tonight. He's also part of that team. Michael Blackner was good in practice too. So lots of trucks out there that have potentials.
My watchers, I'm going to be watching the 99 JP Burns. He was really good in practice last night, so I look for him to have a good night tonight. You have Marshall Johnson, who put in a lot of laps preparing for tonight. We'll see if that pays off. And TJ Bartell, you cannot forget about Bartell. This is one of those tracks that just kind of fits him, fits his style. If we get a long run, look for him to have a good night tonight. Pace car's going to pull off. We're going to get ready for the start here of the Richmond 200. Again, 200 laps, stage lap at 50. Through the restart zone we go. Green flag is out, and we are racing.
Jonathan Atkins has a great jump there going into turn 1, whereas the rest of the field is all 2 by 2 by 2 behind him.
Comes off turn 2 with a great jump. Watching turn 2, it's always kind of tricky on this first lap with those cold tires, trying to get him to hook up out of turn 3 and 4. So far, so good as we stay green. Lap 1 complete.
Yeah, JP Burns has a great start as he powered his way up to second. Brandon Elder is settled down in third, with now Noah Nicholson up to fourth and Wyatt Huntley fifth. So some early going passing going on here.
We got an issue back here. Nicholas Moreau around.
The Moreau man.
And caution is out. I don't think it started with Moreau, but Moreau was a symptom to that disease.
Yeah, go back. Yeah.
Oh, did it? Okay. Well, let's go back to our best one tire and all the curious replay, see what the caution was. Watching Nicholas Moreau here coming out of turn 2. Maybe a little contact from behind, or maybe he got loose in front of him. Let's see if we can find a better view of that.
For me, it looked like he just got loose.
3 wide coming out of turn 2. Oh, he did get loose just right in front of the field. Had some connection issues there in the middle of that as well. Who was that he was right in front of?
That would be 13 to Brian Messer.
Ooh. Let's right on board with Messer.
It does. He's been having some connection issues, which I think saved him a little bit. Although he's got some left front damage.
Oh, he does just get loose right there in front of the 13, didn't it, Spears? I'm sure it gave Brian a heart attack there, but very little damage on the 13. I think he'll be fine. Even the 15, I think he'll be okay once he gets that damage repaired. Just backed it in the wall a little bit. So our playoff leader having some trouble here tonight at Richmond.
Yeah, he started out in qualifying, not having the greatest qualifying effort, and not starting off the way he can. But there's 96 more laps that he can get that damage done and come back up through the field. So I don't think his night is over yet.
So one caution early here at Richmond off turn 2 with the 15 having his troubles. So it looks like it involved the 6 of Torrey came in, the 13 of Messer came in just to kind of make sure they got everything squared on those trucks. Really no major damage from that, just kind of a lazy spin off turn 2. But that, I'm telling you, turn 2 is going to be a trouble spot, I think, for these guys. It's really tricky, really hard to get these trucks to hook up coming off that corner. And just when you feel like you might have it in the track, it'll bite you sometimes.
Yeah, there's a transition that happens from that banking in turns 1 and 2 to the straightaway, and it seems like if you get these trucks in a specific type of attitude going, it just makes the truck just wicked loose. So, yeah, I don't disagree. I think we'll have some issues there. A lot of these guys set up these trucks a little bit loose on the start because they have a tendency to go tight over the run. So hopefully we can get some laps in here and these guys can get these trucks tightened up a little bit.
All right, they are 2x2 once again. We're getting the 1 to go here, getting ready for a restart. The Ford Jonathan Atkins chooses the inside once again. JP Burns to his outside, that 99. You're right, he had a great restart. We'll see if he can duplicate that here.
Yeah, and Noah Nicholson also, he started 5th and he's up to 4th, so he went forward a little bit. But you got Chad Lang, who started 10th, is up to 8th. So we got some movers going on here. Let's see what happens on this restart. Pace car's off.
All right, pace car is off. They enter the restart zone here in turn 4. The 4 fires off, and we are green once again.
And he is gone. JP Burns, nice solidly in 2nd here on this restart, so that was a good restart for him, as they are battling for 3rd here coming off of turn 2.
And Noah Nicholson on the outside, Brandon Elder on the inside. They settle that as they go down the back into turn 3. It's going to be Brandon Elder, Noah Nicholson, Wyatt Hunley now moving up into the top 5.
As they're battling back in the pack here, as we have lots of guys side by side. You got Michael Blackner there with Wayne Grassi in the 7 battling for 6th position.
And really close off turn 2 there. That Sheets machine, I like seeing that truck out there, man. It looks really good. It's good to see him back in the Sheets colors. It's kind of hard to follow. Sometimes he has so many paint schemes. I recognize that one though.
Yeah, he's got a couple. The last one he had, I think, was the chrome Valvoline that was very, very shiny. So he's always popping back and forth with his trucks. But so far we're clean here. He's still running side by side there with Wayne Grassi, with Chad Lang and Joshua O'Connor behind him as they kind of straighten out here. But Wayne's still looking underneath him, going into 1 here.
Speaking of clean, so I was going to segue into the 3 truck. You love making that connection there, but that tie truck does look really good. It's easy to pick out on the track.
Well, I didn't want to get too squeaky about it. You know what I'm saying? Too squeaky clean.
Yeah. He's got challenge from behind. Joshua O'Connor sticking it in the inside as they head into turn 1.
Ooh, really well, that's one of the tricky parts here, is that your good line going into 1 is to arc it in a little bit, and when you do that, you kind of leave the bottom open for somebody to just kind of stick it in.
Yeah, he almost tried to cross him over there, but there wasn't really room, so he kind of backs off, cedes the position for now. Still a long way to go. Right behind him, Marshall Johnson and TJ Bartell having quite the battle. Here comes TJ on the inside trying to take that 10th position away, or 11th position away.
Ooh, Barry Kramer on the apron. I thought he might come up a little bit. And right behind this battle is our points leader, The 71 of Brendan Polt, who's up 6 positions from the start of the race. So he's trying to make up for that lack of a qualifying.
Well, Marshall slid it into turn 1 there. Hangs on to it nicely on the outside as the 18 of Kramer comes to the inside.
Yeah, I thought they were going 3 wide there. But Brendan Polt's now underneath Marshall Johnson, trying to take over that position.
Yeah, Johnson going the wrong way. He's down 6 positions from the starting point. I know he's probably trying to hang on to those tires, but getting eat up right now.
Yeah, and he's on the outside of Brendan Polt, and we got Tony Solari behind him trying to go outside of him yet. But Tony's now moves down, and he's trying to make his way underneath Marshall. So yeah, Marshall unfortunately going back there. 3 wide behind him.
Yeah, I see the 3 wide back there. Ryan Chapman, Chris Gore, and Dave Nestor.
Yes.
I think it's 3 teammates. 3 team. Uh-oh, Marshall Johnson with an issue off turn 2. He pulls low.
Oh boy, he's now sliding up a little bit. Now he's 3 wide.
Now he's ping-ponging off the trucks as they go by. Well, he's having some kind of issue right there.
Man, I hate to see that. There's now Joseph Burgess is underneath him. Definitely sliding back, but going back up a little bit, Ryan Chapman, also a man on the mission. He had a bad qualifying. He started 19th. He's up to 15th. So he's making his way, making some moves forward as well.
Yeah, there's Chapman in the 10 truck. Has not had the Season B that he's wanted. He's had some issues. Does have a win, though, in Season B. He finally got that win, I think, a couple weeks ago.
And he's had good runs.
Yeah. He just hasn't. I think he probably expected a little bit more. At least I expected a little more out of him. Maybe I set my expectations too high, but yeah, no, it just hasn't seemed to have gone the way he had wanted so far.
Well, it's kind of hard when you got guys like Nicholas and Brendan. Nicholas with all the wins, and Brendan just being steady Eddie every week and getting these top 5s. So it's hard to shine when you got 2 guys like that in the series so far.
True. That's a good point. Back up front, nothing really much has changed. Jonathan Atkins continues to lead. He's about a 3/4 of a second lead over J.P. Burns. Noah Nicholson up to 3rd now, around Brandon Elder, who rides in 4th, and Wyatt Hunley in 5th. Michael Blattner's in 6th. Wayne Grossi's moved up a couple. He's up to 7th. Joshua O'Connor right behind him.
Well, Michael just had hit the wall coming out as you were going through it, so.
But Joshua O'Connor's up 3. It looks like he's trying to get another one on Wayne Grossi as he looks to the inside heading into 1. And
yeah, looks like he might take that spot, yeah.
It's about easy done right there. And I'm sure Wayne kind of gave him a little ring, saw him coming. So O'Connor moving up the field a little bit here. Michael Blattner right in front of him, trying to chase down Wyatt Hunley.
Actually, the 70's running your groove, running the high side a little bit there.
I like it, but it does use the tires. You're right about that. It will use the tires up a little bit. But that second lane you can get a good run if you can get a good bite off the corner.
Yeah, absolutely, because the bottom lane tends to really late in a run start to get a little bit loose, especially off, as it tends to get tight through the run. But then at the very end, you can get loose off, because you get so tight in the middle that it actually makes it loose off. So, yeah, we've had some battles here. You on the high side, me on the bottom.
Yeah, it's always a lot of fun. Trying to pinch you down, you're trying to push me up, you know.
Yeah. A couple little green 0X's, nothing big. I think we did it last night too in practice.
We did. We had a little fun last night in practice. Going back to the field here, just looking, man. Marshall Johnson's dropped 4 seconds off the rear of the field. It's definitely something major going on with that truck. Kind of wonder at this point if he maybe got the wrong setup in or something.
Oh, maybe he left the qualifying setup in. That would be horrible.
Well, if that's the case, I think it'd have blown up by now.
Maybe that's why he's so off the pace. Maybe it is blowing up.
Could be. Just going through the field here, I'm not really seeing. Everybody's kind of settled into their own a little place here now. Get that one caution out of the way. It's been clean and green ever since. Jonathan Atkins continued to lead over J.P. Burns. Now it's up to 1.1 seconds. Noah Nicholson in third, and everybody's just kind of the same distance apart now.
Well, the only two that seemed to make headways was the 71 and the 10. And Brendan's made it up to 12th, and that's pretty much where he's been. And now Ryan has caught the back. So you got Tony Solari between the two of them. But as a matter of fact, Ryan's trying to get outside of the 11. But they've kind of slowed down their forward assault here.
Yeah, to be fair, the 70's made some positions up in the top 10 as well, but he's kind of stalled out at that point behind the 2 right now. I'm watching the 11 right here on the back of the 71. Here comes the 10 to the inside of the 11, and Ryan Chapman trying to get that spot off of Tony Solari.
This really loose. This is all happening behind TJ, who's in 10th. So right now our points leader would not even get stage points.
Yeah, the 11's all over the 71 right here. And the 10's all over the 11. It's just, it's all happening right here for about 11th, 12th, and 13th. But you're right, this battle is all happening, or 12th, 13th, and 14th actually. It's happening 2 positions out of the points.
Yeah, and it's a hell of a battle. They're doing a great job. But, yeah. And this is going to, I think, if Robert's going to watch this back, Mr. Malikian is going to see this and be like, what could have been? Because right now, Brandon Polt outside of point scoring.
Yeah, and you look at his teammates. You got 99 Burns up there. I'm sure, if I remember right, Robert's pretty good at this track too. Burns' his teammates up there. You got the 10 of Chapman, who looks fast as one of his teammates as well, just kind of stuck in traffic back here. So, yeah, I hate it for Robert. I hope he gets his computer up and running here shortly. But he's missing tonight. I guess it's just like an engine failure or anything, a parts failure or anything like that in real racing. Things can hit the fan and are kind of out of your control.
Well, yeah, I think it would still be a parts failure. It's just a computer part failure.
Yeah.
So Ryan Chapman has made his way past the 11. So put him up right behind Brendan Polt here.
Right on board with the 10 right now. Ryan Chapman, see what he can make happen here, chasing the 71 of Brendan Polt. And he's running a little bit higher line, trying to get that arc off the corner.
And with all this going on, they're not really catching the 18 of Brian Kramer, as TJ Bartella has caught Chad Lane for 9th spot. We got a battle up front for 4th spot. 21 Wyatt Hunley has made his way underneath Brendan Elder here, and Michael Blackner right there. So we got a 3-way battle for 5th spot. I'm sorry. Nope, 4th spot.
It was 4th, but it looks like Wyatt's going to take that. But now Michael Blackner's going to try to follow him through and get that 5th spot. A couple of teammates, the 53 and the 21 there. But the 22 is not a teammate. You see, Brandon's don't want to give that up to him. As a matter of fact, here comes they've lapped Marshall Johnson now in the 9.
Yeah, his night has definitely gone to the worst side, unfortunately. And I hate to see it because we worked with him a little yesterday, and he put a ton of time and effort into it for tonight. But Michael Blackner has made his way past Brandon Elder, and now you got the 70 and the 7 right there on Brandon's tailgate.
Yeah, here comes the 70 to the inside. Got a good run off the corner. Look to the inside of the 53. Still side by side if they come off the corner there. He's not able to complete that pass. It's tough to pass on the inside there.
It can be, especially if guys are running very similar times. It can be very tough. And going back in the field, TJ has made it past Chad Lang, but now you got Barry Kramer underneath Chad Lang for the last point. But right behind them is Ryan Chapman, who has made it by Brendan Polt. Pulled away a little bit, and now Tony Solari's looking to go by Brendan Polt.
The 3 of Chad Lane crossed the 18 over and got under him. The 18 scrubbed the ball off the corner, and now they end up side by side as they catch the lap. There's so much going on. Brendan Polt's sideways back there. Nah, I'm sorry. Ryan, that was Tony Solari's sideways in front of Brendan Polt.
as they're all making it past Marshall Johnson there. But now Ryan Chapman is all over the 3, and that still is only 11th position. Barry Kramer holding on to 10th, so Ryan really close to Chad Lane here trying to make this pass.
He's all over the bumper, man. That looks like so much fun, man. He's right there. Crosses him over going into turn 1, able to take that position to 3. He's going to kind of give it back to him there as they ride his bumper on the exit, but he loses a little ground. So there's that somebody in the wall back there.
Tony Solari passed Brendan Polt now, and Tony closing in on Chad Lang. So Brendan Polt now starting to go backwards a little bit here late in the run, because we got 9 laps to go for the stage.
Yeah, we're getting down to it. 9 laps to go to lap 50 where we throw the stage caution. And Tony Solari in 13th, Chad Lang in 12th, Ryan Chapman in 11th, trying to hunt down that 18 of Kramer in 10th, who has that 10th and final spot for points.
Yeah, and up front, Jonathan Atkins laying down some lap times here. He's pulled away to a 1.3 second lead to over JP Burns, who's got another over 1 second gap back to 3rd place now, Nicholson. So a little bit of a gap up front, which clean air, even on short tracks, makes a huge difference here.
Everybody pretty well spaced out now at this point. It's through the top 5 as Michael Blackner rounds out your top 5. Brandon Elder there in 6th, who is just riding there behind Blackner. Joshua O'Connor in 7th, who's done a really good job up 4 positions and just riding right there in the points. Wayne Grossi in 8th. TJ Bartell in 9th, and then Barry Kramer still holding on to that 10th and final spot. We've got about 7 laps to go to the stage.
Speaking of 7, I got to put a shout out to Wayne, man. He's always been here in the top 10. Week in, week out, he puts in the effort and time, and it shows on the track. So it's always great to see Wayne up in the top 10 every week and just doing things that Wayne does, you know what I'm saying?
He's another one of those guys that has those iconic paint schemes. Everything he runs is Pennzoil and Shell. That yellow number 7 is easy to pick out on track, and if you've watched any of our broadcasts, you know why that is. And if you don't, well, maybe you should go back and watch some of our broadcasts. It's an interesting story. It's really cool to kind of check out.
Yeah, it just happened to be it was a random question that I had, and it was a very pleasant story for sure. As Chad Lang now has lost a spot to Tony Solari, and now is under fire actually by Brendan Polt back there for the 13th position.
Polt all kind of sideways there coming off the corner trying to get under the 3 of Lang. And the battle for 10th is starting to heat up as well. We can't watch both, but I want to watch. Oh, he's sideways again coming off the corner trying to get by Chad Lang in the 3.
All right, and then meanwhile, up front, in front of them, the 10 is all over the 18th for this final spot. So you watch that one, I'll watch this one.
Let's just settle down for the time being. Looks like the 71's going to continue to put pressure. The 10 trying to chase down the 18th, can't get there either. Boy, we'll see what happens as this develops. They've only got a few laps left to the stage.
Yeah, it's winding down, so if you got something, now's the time, but I think it's going to be hard pressed unless Barry Kramer and or Chad Lane make a mistake at this point. Yeah,
it looks like Chad Lane's running that higher line. It's really kind of able to kind of fend off any battles from the 71 of Polt. Meanwhile, the 18 and 10 continue to go out. The 10 right on the back bumper of the 18 of Kramer, trying to get him loose. Just can't make it happen. He gets a good bite off the corner. Both of them sliding the trucks on exit.
Yeah, it's losing all kinds of grip. Meanwhile, up front, Brandon Elder putting some pressure on Michael Blackner for 5th, as I think we're on our last lap before the stage here.
Yeah, this is the final lap of the stage. Can he do anything with it? He's trying to get a run off the corner. He does, but it's not enough. And meanwhile, up front, the 4 of Jonathan Atkins going to come by and claim stage win. The battle for 2nd. Who got that? Oh, I'm sorry. That was the lap car. That was Noah Nicholson in 2nd. J.P. Burns in 2nd. Noah Nicholson in 3rd. Wyatt Huntley and Michael Blackner in the top 5 as Brandon Elder falls into 6th. Joshua O'Connor 7th. Wayne Grossi 8th. T.J. Bartell. And then Barry Kramer able to hang on to that 10th and final position for the stage. This is a great racing out there.
Absolutely. Tony Solari holding off or getting by Chad Lang late, and Chad Lang holding off Brendan Polt. So Nicholas Moreau, after his early spin, only manages to come home P20th at the stage. So maybe he's got some more damage that he needs to repair that we didn't know about.
Yeah, not having a typical Nicholas night.
The road's going to be busy here.
Yeah, there's a lot of guys probably looking for adjustments. We saw a lot of guys sliding off the corners. We'll see if they can fix them up here under our first pit stop of the night.
Yeah, I don't expect anybody going to be messing around with staying out. So look for every pit spot to be completely filled here as they come to their service of their crews.
Marshall Johnson came down pits too. I thought he would be our lucky dog, but actually no, I think Joshua Burgess is going to be our lucky dog. He did get lapped there late, able to come around and get his lucky dog.
He did. Maybe Marshall can get some adjustments done there and undo maybe some of the adjustments that he needs to get undone to get back up into this thing, because it's still not over. And Richmond is one of those tracks that you do tend to have these long runs, but you can also get a flurry of cautions as the 90 kind of slowed down there.
No, he was getting his lucky dog back and had to let some people by it so that he could get in the pits. I think is what was going on. Okay. I was watching that too, and I was like, yeah, I know this track can be tricky because when you get your lap back, if you're not careful, you pass everybody. But if you're not passing everybody, you have to let some of the guys back so you can pit.
Okay. I think I just saw Nicholas Moreau go a lap down in the pits.
I believe you're right. He did not get out in time. He's going to go a lap down here. So apparently getting some damage fixed. Maybe he got more damage than I thought he did. Getting that damage fixed, and that kind of catches him out, and he's going to be a lap down here.
Sometimes it's better to get it done and go that lap down and hope for a lucky dog than it is to try to continue. If you get a long run, you lose so much time.
If you think you're going to get a caution, the problem is if this happens and you don't get that caution, we go green for the rest of the race. But then again, if you've got that damage that was slowing you down, I mean, you got to weigh your options. Might as well.
Yeah, because you might end up going a lap down anyway on the racetrack at that point. So, damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's what I said.
Yeah, we'll see how it plays out though. But we are 2x2 getting ready for a restart. You got Jonathan Atkins. Noah Nicholson gains a spot on pit road, so he's up to second. He's going to start on the outside of the floor. You got JP Burns on the inside, Wyatt Only on the outside, and Michael Blattner, your top five. As the pace car pulls off, we get ready for a restart.
Here we go.
Ring flag is out. We're launching once again, and the Ford does get a great launch here on the restart.
Yeah, and J.P. Burns has a good start underneath the 77 as he's looking to take second back, but Noah Nicholson's like, I got up here, I want to stay up here as they fight down the backstretch.
A lot of aggression here early on. Back here looking at the 10 beside the 70 and fighting hard for a position here early on these corner turns. Got to be careful.
Yeah, I was going to mention that the 10 actually gained 2 positions in the pits. And he came out 9th, so he restarted already. Right in front of him, the 22.
Joshua O'Connor into the 22 of Michael Blattner. Caution is out.
Saw that live.
Yeah, it was right in front of her. A battle we were watching right in front of Ryan Chapman. I'm sure he got a good view of it as well. But unfortunately, the 70 and 22 come together off the corner.
Dude, it looks like, to me...
Go back and look at it. And our best one tire and auto carry has the replay. We'll pull it up here. As they come off turn 2. 22 up the track.
It looks like he got tight underneath the 70 and just got up into the 70 there.
Well, you hate to see that for both those guys. Both of them having a really good night.
Not sure they're going to have too much damage there.
Well, it's weird because it looks like the trajectory of the 70 was going to carry him into the wall anyway, and the 22 just joined him up there.
Well, you know what they say: friends that hit the wall together, hit the wall together. But yeah, I don't know. It just looks like Michael got a little tight.
Yeah.
underneath there on cold tires like that. You can lose some grip on the front end. Ryan Chapman did a great job, and everybody else behind him did a great job of avoiding it. But yeah, it definitely sucks for both trucks. They had a great night going, but I don't think their nights are over. Neither of them look like they have huge damage.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, 22 did come up the track there, but that's a tough break for both of them. They're going to have to get some damage fixed, but
it's about time for Michael to come down and get something from the sheet store.
It's rounding over the 10 of Ryan Chapman as he sneaks by there. Able to kind of, he tapped the wall there, but able to get by that wreck. So, yeah, nothing too awful major, although that was a pretty good hit with the 70 on the wall. The 22 is going to have some right front damage, too, so I'm sure it's going to affect him a little bit, but hopefully nothing too major. I mean, that was two of our guys that were running, what were they, top 5, top 10 at least?
Yeah, they were both in the top 5, I think, 5 or 6 at least anyway. 70's out. He got some damage repairs. 22 was still sitting on pit road. He's still sitting on pit road, but even Nicholas Moreau getting more damage fixed. 22 is now out.
Yeah, that makes sure they beat the leader, and they did. So they're going to get back out there. But we are double file getting ready for a restart here. Once again, see if anybody can take it to Jonathan Atkins leading the field. He's led every lap so far here tonight. See if anybody can challenge him for that first position.
Well, I know there's a bunch of guys right behind him that definitely want to give it the shot. That's for sure. The 77, 99 is the 21. All right there, all is just as fast. So let's see if they can do anything on this restart.
Here we go. We're getting ready for the green flag here once again in the restart zone. Green is out, and we're racing once again.
That was actually a really good start by the 77 on the outside. But the 99 still... I think the 77 will clear him. And now the 21 trying to go outside the 99 down the backstretch.
He's still hanging the 99, but he does clear him going into turn 3. Kind of pulls down and says, hey, I'm going to take this.
Meanwhile, the 21 really working the high side here, trying to get that position from JP Burns as JP's teammate. Ryan Chapman has made it to the top 5.
Those two side by side and sideways as they come off the corner. The 21 especially sideways on that outside lane, trying to make that outside work early on. It's not working out for him right now. Back here, though, there's cars all over the place back here.
It's a bit of a mess back here.
I love
Brendan
this.
Polt trying to go ahead.
I was going to say this one reason I do like this track, because you have so many options, and it seems like with this newer track, that outside lane is even more viable of an option. It's like they wore the inside of the track out, which happens in real life. I mean, and you kind of move up the track, have a little more grip in that second lane, which just kind of helps you kind of hang there on the outside lane, which can really frustrate the guys on the bottom there.
Yeah, absolutely. And normally in real life, when they start to move up the track a little bit, you can almost clean up the bottom if you're only 1 or 2 guys running down there. And that would be cool to see if they could emulate that. But everybody's kind of single filed out. But Brendan Polt has made his way back up to has made his way up to the top 10. So some early adjustments after that pit stop have definitely helped the 71.
Yeah, right in front of him, Wayne Grossi looking to the inside of the 53 of Brandon Elder there. Brandon having some issues trying to get back down to the bottom and does so. Actually, he's going to stay up top. He's going to run that top lane. And right in front of him, Wyatt Huntley got passed by Ryan Chapman, so Ryan's up to 4th spot now. Yeah,
he's definitely made his march from 19th starting spot all the way up to the top 4 now. So great run going by him. Does he have anything for Jonathan Atkins or Noah Nicholson or anybody in front of him? So far, so good for everybody else.
So far, so good.
I'm trying to look through the field, and a lot of single file going on here, but the whole field basically is the whole length of the backstretch. So not a lot of spread going on so far. Everybody's within the whole backstretch of each other. So field is all snaked out on top of each other.
Still a long way to go here tonight. A 200 lap race. We're just about at Just past quarter distance here as TJ Bartell looks to the inside of the 18. Almost. There's nothing there. He's going to back off and try it once again as the 18 gets a little high off turn 4.
Yeah, now's the time. See, this is the time that you need to be saving tires, and a lot of guys come off after these stages and they try to go forward as quickly as possible because this is feeling to me like a long run type of race going on here so far.
If things get spread out, you're for sure looking at a long run here. And it looks like things are starting to kind of spread out just a little bit, although Wayne Grossi's still trying to make that work on the bottom of Brandon Elder. I think he keeps seeing that bottom open and keeps trying it, but Brandon's running that outside on purpose, getting those great runs off the corner, is able to hang on to that position.
Yeah, and he's just taking the line away from Wayne, that Wayne can't get that power to the ground underneath him, and doing a great job. But I'm curious to see what that does to Brandon Elder's tires as the run goes on. But Wayne's kind of there.
Yeah, he's got that
he's
bottom
further
roller.
along.
He touched the apron on entry there. That's going to hurt him just a little bit. So 52's trying to get that run off the corner and does. He's going to clear him once again. But you're right. I wonder how the tires are going to react to him running that second lane, because it does kind of wear the tires a little bit more here in iRacing, unfortunately, and it can cause issues with the tire wear.
Yeah, for whatever reason they decide that it creates more heat up there, and that tends to degrade the tire more. But TJ's back here working on the 18 still. The 18 actually got away a little bit, but he's worked his way back to TJ, Brendan, and Tony there, as they're all fighting for position. Wayne's still trying to get underneath Brandon Elder, so...
This is a lot of fun. I see TJ trying to work over Barry Kramer. Now Barry's being worked over by the 71. Actually, the 71 on the inside of the 28 of TJ Bartell. Meanwhile, is that a lap car?
Something happened to the 21. No, something happened to the 21.
They are three wide. We're back to 2 wide here. But yeah, something happened to 21 the lap before.
The 21 got down on the apron through 3 and 4, and then actually got down on the apron going down the front stretch.
See what happens. He touches the apron right there, gets sideways off the corner. I don't know. It seemed like something else was going on, but it really slowed him down there.
But boy, did that bunch everything up.
It did. Hornet's nest back here.
Now now it's just cars everywhere. Now it's just like a freeway now. It's just cars everywhere.
John Connor looking for somewhere to go in the 76 back here. Teammate to our second place runner, Noah Nicholson.
Wayne Grossi finally makes it past Brandon Elder.
Brandon's still running that outside lane. He's committed at this point.
He is. He's going to run that to, I think, the very end.
I think he got a little loose there off the corner.
Brendan Polt got by Barry Kramer in the 18, which I think he actually might have been in front of him before.
Yeah,
it was TJ that was, TJ was trying to get by with the 18.
Losing track back here, but some great racing back here for these guys. Actually, while we were watching this, Ryan Chapman has taken over third position, got by JP Burns, so Ryan Chapman up into third, trying to chase down Noah Nicholson, who's about 3/10 ahead of him. And then trying to run down our leader right now, the 4 of Jonathan Atkins.
Yeah, and they are much closer to Jonathan this run than they were last run. So either Jonathan is trying to save tires and has something a little bit left in the tank, or these guys have stepped up their game.
Barry Kramer smacked the wall coming off turn 2 there. And TJ Bartell smelling blood in the water there, trying to find a way to get around him. They are all just kind of choked up together right there.
Yeah, and it's not that anybody's actually slowing anybody else up. It just happens to be they're all running, looks like right around the same speed.
I'll tell you what, though, just watching this, it just reminds me how much fun this track is. You see TJ move up the track trying to generate a run off the corner. You got options. You got options, especially in 1 and 2, of how you can kind of run that track. You can run up the track like the 52's doing, get a run off the top. You can actually run up there and kind of diamond and kind of run down the track on the exit and straight line the exit. You can get a good run there if you can do that carefully. You can wrap the bottom. Like, there's so many different ways to get through that corner.
Yeah, that's one of the things that's really cool about this place is that, I mean, even in a run, I'll change how I drive 1 and 2 just during a run because of the way maybe the cars gets a little loose or a little tight, and how you go through that corner, you can completely change how the car feels. So it's a lot of fun, this track. It's definitely one of my top. Got to be one of my top 3.
Speaking of fun, I want to encourage everybody to come out and support the ARCA series on Thursday nights. It's not broadcasted here on Full Throttle Television, but definitely would love to see some guys come out, try that, give that car a shot, try that out. It's a little bit different than anything else we run, and it is fixed setups, and we're going to run some fun tracks coming up this coming season when we get that announcement out. But looking forward to having a fun race. Actually, at Thursdays or Tuesday. I guess it's still up in the air.
Yeah, we still haven't nailed that down yet, but yeah, it's a fun car. I've been enjoying it a lot. The fixed setups, a lot of people don't like to run the fixed setups, but it's one of those things where you can arrive and drive and just go have some fun.
You know, the car kind of reminds me of the old truck, the way the trucks used to drive, you know, kind of on the front. Now, the tire wear is not as bad as you would expect in those cars either, which is kind of cool. It runs a Hoosier tire, so it's a little bit different combination, a little bit different construction, so it's a little more durable. It hangs on a little bit more, which means you can race a little bit harder, which is always something I'm looking for.
Yeah, I mean, we've had some really good battles on Thursdays in the ARCA car, and we are looking at making a little bit of a change in some of the format of how we do it. We've been doing caution breaks like the ARCA series does, only 2 sets of tires like the ARCA series does, but we're thinking about trying to do some other stuff with the ARCA series in the C season, so definitely check it out.
Actually, our points leader is a race leader tonight too, so he's enjoying it as well. So back up front, though, we do have Jonathan Atkins out front, Noah Nicholson 0.9 of a second back. And then Ryan Chapman riding in third. Lost a little ground to Noah Nicholson, back to 0.6 behind him. Everybody kind of spread out up front. J.P. Burns in fourth. You got Wayne Grassi in fifth. The top four's kind of pulled away from Wayne Grassi. Of course, Wayne was battling with Brandon Elder. They lost a little time doing that, I'm sure. Elder's right behind him. You got Wyatt Hunley right behind him. Brendan Polk been hanging it out, man. I've been watching him. He's hanging it out off turn 4. His truck's not quite where he wants it, but he's getting the most out of it right now.
Well, he's going to have at least one more pit stop to try to get that thing tightened up for the next, for the second half of this particular half of the race. So, but yeah, they're all stretched out here, single file, but they're all right nose to tail here. One slip up, and you know anybody can jump and pounce on it. So. Cars, like I said, it's just the whole from
73 or sorry 76 in the wall off turn 2. Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say from 6th to I think like 18th are all here on this one straightaway together, nose to tail basically.
Yeah, John Connor currently running in 12th, right in front of Shaq Curran. Hadn't caught his name tonight. Running in 13th, trying to find a way around the 76. The 76 having some issues though. Last time around, smacked the wall off turn 2 pretty good. That's going to slow him down a little bit.
But I still love that yellow on Shad's truck. Yeah. And under the lights here, it really looks cool under the lights here tonight.
Well, we got a battle for 7th. Brandon Elder trying to hang on to it. Here comes Wyatt Hunley around him. Brendan Polk trying to get by him as well.
Further back.
Brandon dropping back around that high side just a little bit.
Yeah, his tires might be feeling the pressure of the high side there. But I'm looking back, and the 70 of Joshua O'Connor is underneath Chad Lane trying to come back up through the field here. Hasn't been able to quite make his way forward after that contact with the...
Shaq Curran up the track into the 76. Ooh. He hangs on to it. But, man, that... just washed up the track, could not hold his truck down into the side of the 76. Everybody John did a great job to hang on to that.
So we're almost 50 laps into the run here, so we got some really used tires going on.
Right behind him, Richard Myers in the 93, trying to hang on against Chad Lane in the 3. Ooh, Myers loose off the corner.
Yeah, this is the time where everybody's screaming for that pit stop at Richmond. You can get over 100 laps on a tank of gas, so you're not going to pit anytime soon, I don't think.
Yeah, some of these guys are wanting it, but they are starting to move more and more on this track, moving to that top side, trying to find some grip.
I'm not sure they're moving to the top side on purpose. I think that's probably where the truck is just going. Oh, the 76 is sideways.
Oh, he hung on to it. He hung on to it. Oh, man.
The wall saved him. He hit the wall with the back of the car, and it saved him. Wow.
We're watching for a couple laps now because those tires are not going to appreciate that.
Those tires are not going to be back.
Looks a lot better off turn 2 that time, but man, what a save. Oh, here comes the 70. Oh,
he's throwing it in there.
What is that, a slide job?
I'm not sure that was a slide job. Don't you have to slide in order to have the slide job? That was just a...
Well, you usually try to pass the guy and slide in front of him. He was sliding into the side of it.
I'm not sure they had contact, but it was definitely close for sure. We got some good battles going on here back through the field. Everybody, as you can tell here, I mean, they're running for 16th position. Everybody here at FTSR puts 100% in no matter what position you're in.
And
these guys are racing. Yeah, these guys race all the way through the field, and it's that's the type of quality stuff that we try to put on here at FTSR. Sometimes we get it, sometimes we don't.
Well,
Tonight, though,
we try to avoid that contact we've been seeing. Man, they're racing hard at the 70, trying to get... There you go. Joshua O'Connor beside John Connor. You want to call this one?
Again, every week. Can't they just stay apart for 1 week? I don't even know who's who. All right, so John Connor's in the 76, Joshua O'Connor's in the 70. So O'Connor's underneath the Connors going into turn 1. But Connor comes back on O'Connor to take the position back on the outside.
So O'Connor's under Connor in the corner. All right, go with that one.
Connor's in the wall as O'Connor tries to make his way past. Every week, oh my God, they can't stay away from each other.
Still side by side. And this is for 14th, so it's racing hard for 14th.
Yeah, they race hard.
Yeah. Gotta get that position. Oh, you see
I
the
don't know if they
76
come
in the
back
wall again.
I don't know if they come back and watch the replay here, but if you guys do, I hope they know we're just messing around a little bit.
Three almost in the
two names.
Three's almost in the back of the 76 there in the entry of the corner. He's back. He's on the corner of the truck of John Connor in the corner.
That's way too many COs in one words in one shot.
This is a lot of fun. This guy's putting on a good show. Shad Curran trying to hang on against Dave Nestor. That's 12th and 13th right there. Nestor running the bottom. Shad Curran up the track. Nestor trying to get this position back on the inside as they go nose or side by side. John Connor off the pace. He's coming to pit road. He's had enough. He's coming to get some tires.
He's giving up the ghost. Getting tires. I can't take it no more. Maybe make an adjustment. I think he might be a little loose. Tighten it a bit up a little bit out there. Come on, guys. Get the wrenches out.
Watching Lewis Macklin back here and trying to get around the 3 of Chad Lane. Hadn't caught Lewis's name either. He's another one that's been quiet the last couple of races. Looking to get back on track. The 43 had a really good, I think, A season. We talked about him a lot. And then kind of, in B season's kind of faded back a little bit, looking to get back towards the front of the field.
Bouncing off the wall is not going to help. But, yeah, Lewis was having great runs in the A season and then having issues late in races, unfortunately, and not getting the finishes that he was deserving. But
you eating spicy food over there?
No, I don't know what happened. I think I was eating potato chips before the broadcast. I think a potato chip fell out and got stuck in my throat.
Going back up right here. See Ryan Chapman trying to chase down Noah Nicholson. Noah's kind of pulled away there a little bit. Noah still about a 1 second lead that Jonathan Atkins has over him. So he's kind of stayed in touch. Ryan Chapman's dropped back a little bit. JP Burns right there.
Yeah, I was about to say before that Noah stayed within a second here of our leader, which again, he had like almost a second and a half, almost a 2 second lead at this stage. So Noah definitely staying closer this time.
I wonder, the question now is, when does everybody pit? If we stay green here, when do they make those pit stops?
See, I would probably be looking at maybe splitting the what we had left here, so splitting the stage. We had 175 laps, so like 125-ish is probably when I would be thinking about coming in. And what that does is splits the stage and you get the freshest tires, but you hope that it stays green in order for that to work.
Which is about to develop here for ninth spot, the 71 of Brennan Polt. Starting to struggle a little bit. Here comes the 11 of Tony Solari, who's apparently saved a little something here. Is going to go underneath the 71 of Polt, try to take that position away.
And you got a lap car of the 90 of Joseph Burgess right in front of him. Tony's going to use him as a pick and say, give me this spot. I'm not going to give you any space with the lap car there.
He's going to have to give that position up, and he does as the 11 goes on the attack, trying to get by the 53 of Brandon Elder.
All these guys got by TJ, I think. TJ was up further than that. So TJ falling back a little bit, maybe just saving some tires.
Here comes the 11.
To 52. Yeah.
Tony Solari.
Spicy on the move.
Alan Duranco had some issues coming to pit road. He's towed to the pits, so I'm not sure what's going on there.
This is a very tough pit road to do on the green.
So Solari up to 8th spot. Brendan Elder falls to 9th. Brendan Polk 10th. TJ Bartell back to 11th. And Dave Nestor back there in 12th watching all this go on.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on with the two. Didn't look like he hit anything. Maybe he ran out of... Well, he couldn't have possibly run out of fuel.
Ooh, watching the 21 trying to catch the 7. Wyatt Huntley trying to catch Wayne Grassi. And Wyatt got really loose off turn 2 there.
Yeah. Oh, he's loose, just as loose coming off of turn 4. But yeah, he's the one. He was up further than this and had that issue a couple laps ago. Fell back behind all these guys.
Yep.
Yeah, the 4 and the 77. The 77's actually closed up to within a half a second of our leader.
I was just watching that interval. You're right. He's 6/10 behind him now.
And the two of them have definitely pulled away from Ryan, as looks like JP Burns has caught Ryan Chapman for third. So we have some battles up front.
Yep, Ryan Chapman, Burns back on his back bumper. Burning up his back bumper.
Oh, boy. He didn't just say that, folks.
Sorry, I know
99.
it burns.
99 is actually looking underneath Ryan Chapman, coming down the front stretch here.
Here he comes to the inside. Couple of teammates here. I expect this to be fairly straightforward and easy for the 99 of Burns, who looks like he has the faster truck right now. As I say that, the 10's going to fight back on the outside.
Oh, 99 goes in the corner. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be team orders. I guess they got papyrus orders going on here.
See if we get some fireworks between the teammates here.
Yeah, JP may have it this lap.
Ryan's going to cross him over.
Okay.
Well, I'm not going down without a fight. afraid you're going down.
JP's got it now.
Yeah, you're going down.
JP's got it now.
So JP
But good
takes
battle
over,
for there.
Yeah, he takes over third spot. Good run for JP Burns. Got some long run speed in that number 99. At practice last night paying off. I know he was in practice a long time last night, trying to make sure he gets his truck tuned in.
I'm watching the 76 come back up through the field with his fresh tires and catching a couple guys off guard with how much quicker he's going through the corner here. He's back. He was just with Chad Lang and Richard Myers back there in 3 and in 93.
Watching this battle with Chad Lang and Myers. Richard Myers goes running for 17th. Oh! Myers in the wall.
He's in the wall.
Chad Lang back to 18th. That's Brian Messer back there in the 13th and in the 13 and 19th. Hadn't said much about Brian either. He's had a quiet night.
Yeah, just doing his thing, trying to stay out of the bunker. Ooh, Joshua O'Connor has caught Dave Nestor. So put the 70 back up to fighting for 11th.
Man, I tell you, he had a fast truck, and might still have a fast truck. He just lost all that track position.
He definitely lost the track position, but he looks like he's still got a fast truck. And behind them is Lewis Megalin. He's kind of quietly sneaking his way up. Started 22nd. He's up to P14. Nestor not giving up the goods there.
Nestor on the outside. Joshua O'Connor on the inside. Looks like he might have him here. Maybe?
No, not yet. Dave says Nestor not giving it up easy. Not going down without a fight.
Blackner said he's had enough. He's in the pits getting those tires.
Lap 127.
Yeah, I was going to say lap 128 now. We're kind of getting to that point where you kind of want to get those tires about halfway through this run.
I think there are going to be some guys that may stay out because they think a caution may come out, and so they may run longer here. We'll see. So you are going to go down a lap, at least a lap here, if you pit on the green.
Yep. Absolutely. Here comes those new tires of John Connor around Joshua O'Connor. Well, maybe not yet.
John Connor and Joshua Connor. As the 70 and the 36 are still running side by side.
Trying to look for a way. Yeah, he's trying to give the 70 time to clear, and then he does. Here comes John Connor on the inside. Three wide. Nope, now 2 wide. Dave Nestor backs out of that wisely. And the 76 is going to try to use those new tires to get by him and by the 71 in front of him, Brendan Polt.
Yeah, them new tires are definitely doing wonders for the 76 here. But he did pit very, very early.
He did, but he's making up a lot of time here. They're going to have to run him back down here at the end of this race. I believe if he can get enough of a run, he may come out the leader here. If everybody pits in the same window.
We have Michael Blackner, who's a lap down now. Actually, Michael Blackner's 2 laps down. Did he leave 2 laps in the pits?
You could. Where he was running, maybe. Yes, possibly.
Yeah, because he's just going around JP Burns now, so he's 3.5 seconds behind the leader, so he'll get that 1 lap back pretty quickly.
Chad Lang hits pit road. He's going to get his tires. Chris Gore has gotten his tires as well. He's a lap down. Nichols is still hanging on, but he's about a second back now over Jonathan Atkins. I guess Jonathan picked it up just a little bit. And then it's 3 seconds back to JP Burns, who has cleared and pulled away from Ryan Chapman. Ryan, I think, used all those tires trying to get those positions early.
Yeah, that can you go too early, you could definitely do that. But I'm watching the 70. He's made his way past Nestor and is working on Brendan Pope for what is it, 10th position. But Lewis Meglin has caught all these guys too, and now he's put his 43 STP Chevy right there in the mix.
Yeah, looks like Lewis has a really good long range truck too. The 70 still
Oh!
has speed.
71 like locked up going in the corner. Gave the position to the 70, and the 43 now has position on him. 71 not having the greatest. He's sideways again off the corner.
He is all kind of sideways.
His long run is not there. He's even loose getting in the corner.
I'll tell you what, him, the 15, which Nicholas Moreau, he's parked it for the night. But him and the 15 and the 88's not here tonight, of course. He's battling some issues as well. But him and the 18 being on the same team, they did not come, but they are not prepared for tonight's race. At least for the long run, it looks like they're extremely loose.
Yeah, and you see one on team doing that, you expect that they would all end up like that because they all would be running similar. And Lewis, not so. And Nicholas did get loose very early on, so I'm assuming he would be the same setup. I'm sorry, I'm watching as I'm talking here. I'm watching the 11 of Tony Solari try to make his way past the 18 of Barry Kramer there, and try to put himself up into 7th position.
Yeah, it's battle for P7. Kramer has it, and Solari wants it. He's trying to race him down there on the bottom, trying to make that pass. So it looks like Solari's hooked up in the long run. But yeah, you go back to it. Nicholas Moreau, he was their first caution. And then it looks like the 71 is having the same issues, getting really loose on this run. So I think it has to be some sort of a setup issue that both of those guys are struggling with.
Yeah, and that's makes for a very, very long night here at Richmond. And we've had just that one caution so far with the and then the stage caution. So we've had a really long run here.
So Tony Solari is finally able to get around the 18 of Hunley. He's going to find himself in 7th. I'm sorry, the 18 of Kramer. He finds himself in 7th. He's going to be hunting down Hunley.
And kudos again to Wayne Grassi, who's currently running P5, doing a great job and holding off Hunley. And he's right there, about 3 seconds behind Ryan Chapman. I think we've had a couple other guys kind of slither into the pits, but not a lot yet. The Jonathan Atkins out here, we haven't really spoken much about him because he's been out front the whole night so far, but he's led pretty much every lap running the high side here. But Noah Nicholson still hanging in there tough within a second. In fact, he keeps yo-yoing between a half a second to a second behind Jonathan. Just waiting for more guys to come down pit road here as we hit lap 144. We're closing into about 50 laps, just over 50 laps to go. These guys will have to pit one more time in order to make it to the end of the race. As we watch Jonathan Atkins click off laps, he's catching the back of the field, and you're also seeing Chad Lang in the 3 who just completed a pit stop, looking to get back one of his 2 laps down, as we also see Dave Nestor hit pit road there.
Noah Nicholson now in the pits as well, right behind him. So our second place runner is going to hit pit road here and be one of the first leaders to hit pit road.
That could be a good move. That could be a very good move. I bet you the 4 is coming right now.
Here he comes. The same thing. He saw it. He's like, I got to match him. He's going to come in and get those tires as well here.
Yeah, because if he had gone another lap, the 77 could leapfrog him with that short pit. So he's covering off the 77. Great job. I have a feeling we're going to see a whole bunch of guys start to come in now.
We do. The 21's in, the 18's in, the 99 stays out here. JP Burns.
Ooh.
Yeah, we got a
question. A 93.
I was going to say, we got a car against the wall on the inside on the backstretch. That must have been, the 93 Richard Myers.
That's gonna... The 90... The 77's going to end up a lap down. I don't think the 4 will, though.
A lot of cars still in the pits right now, too.
We're going to have to see how it shakes out.
Atkins is showing a lap down.
Yeah, I got 12 cars on the lead lap right now.
JP Burns on pit road, though. He's going to get his lap back here. I don't know how this is going to shake out. This is going to be interesting. You never want to see a caution in the middle of pit stops, but it's going to shake things up a little bit here.
Well, and then we might get guys that get the wave around that just pitted,
Right.
and will be behind. Like I think Noah Nicholson, Jonathan Atkins, Wyatt Hunley, even Michael Blackner are going to get a lap back here.
Kramer, Chad Lang, yeah.
So we'll end up, but that puts them way behind. Yeah, all these other guys that are going to get that are going to get new tires right now.
And we're going to have less than 50 laps to go, so we'll see how this shakes out as JP Burns comes out. And he's going to maintain the lead here over Ryan Chapman, who comes out in second, Wayne Grossi third, TJ Bartell fourth, and Tony Solari going to be your top 5.
Actually, Tony beat Wayne out, so put Tony in third.
They just switched that out, so yeah.
Spicy from nowhere. TJ fifth. Lewis Meglin from 22nd up to 6th right now. Joshua O'Connor is in 7th. Brendan Polt with his off night finds himself in 8th, and Brian Messer just doing what he was doing. He's in the top 10 now, so definitely a huge shakeup.
When they get back in order, we'll break it down for you, but right now they're trying to figure out where they need to be as well. See if we can go back and look and see what caused this caution.
Looks like Brendan Elder's going to get trapped a lap down.
The best one tire and auto care instant replay. Looking at the 93 Myers go through turns 1 and 2. Comes off turn 2. Just gets sideways, slides, hits the inside wall with the nose. And unfortunately, he backs up and that causes the caution.
It does. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow. 9 wave rounds.
Nobody coming around and joining the rear of the field. They'll be behind the lap cars as well. So they're going to have some traffic to fight through. But I hand your lead to JP Burns and Ryan Chapman. Your front 2's Tony Solari, Wayne Grossi, TJ Bartell, your top 5.
And I believe we're going to go one more lap under caution to give those guys a chance to come back around and catch up, because we had so many of them. That was like a third of the field.
Again, we're going to have about 47 laps to go when we take the green flag, so not a lot of time to make your way through the field. Those front runners are going to get a gap. You're going to have to chase them down. I tell you what, that's heartbreak for the 4 of Jonathan Atkins, who's going to have to fight his way back towards the front. He's got a fast truck, but got a lot of traffic to fight through. Actually, he's in 10th. So maybe he did not go a lap down.
Well, he got a waiver. He got the waiver round. There was so many waiver rounds that we went from 12 cars in the lead lap to we're at 15 now. So
yeah, but no, the waiver rounds are behind him. He's in front of the lap cars, so he's not one of those guys. We'll see how it works out there. JP Burns comes down and takes the green flag. We're back underway here at Richmond.
Well, we all know that Ryan Chapman's got a great short run car here. Can JP hold him off here and then get him at the end, or how's that going to work out? Is Tony Solari going to be able to hold on to third, which he's doing right now, as Wayne Grossi and TJ Bartell find themselves right behind him?
Right on the tailgate of the 11 of Solari, trying to find his way around and become a factor here tonight.
Yeah, and I'm still curious to see how we're going to see some of these guys come from the back, and if they're going to be able to make it through.
They smoked the wall off turn 2 there.
Looked like it was a 13 and Brian Messer. With that, going back to that caution, with that extra caution lap, I think it allowed the wave arounds to the lap cars had to go behind the guys that did the wave around. Oh, Jonathan Atkins sideways.
Trying to fight his way through now in 8th spot. With the 43 on the outside.
And these guys ain't going to give it to him. He's going to have to work really hard to get by him as Lewis Meglin actually is up in the wall going down the front stretch.
He's still trying to stick on that outside line. Can't quite do it, though, as the 4 is going to clear him, I believe. Well, not yet.
Just close enough.
The 4 is going to slide off the corner. Now. He's going to clear him.
But he's still 2 seconds behind their leaders right now. And he's 8th, so he's got a whole bunch of cars between him and the front. As JP Burns is slowly moving away a little bit. He's got about 2/10 on Ryan Chapman. Tony Solari holding on to 3rd. Wayne Grossi 4th, and TJ in 5th.
I'll tell you, the 99's one of my ones to watch, and that's for good reason. He put a lot of laps in last night preparing for this race. Like he was really set, was really quick. Ended up P2 on the practice charts, and looks like he's putting that to work here tonight.
Yeah, and the flip side of that would be the 11 of Tony Solari, who did 11 laps in practice and really didn't do any practice last night. So we're not quite sure how he's up there in 3rd, but he's doing a great job there.
Brandon Polk gets around TJ Bartel for 5th. In line right here so far.
Yeah, Jonathan is watching these laps. There's 40 laps to go. He's just watching the laps go down, and he's still seeing a whole bunch of cars in front of him. Wyatt Hundley's back up to 10th. Noah Nicholson still back in the team in 12th, so not being able to make up. Right? Barry Kramer had a good run going. He's at 13th. So all these guys that were running up front just running out of laps here.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Poorly timed caution there for the 93 spot. And they may need another one to get back into this one. And as I said,
there it is.
Brandon Elder around off turn 2. Caution is out. Let's go back and see what happened to the 53. Racing down into turn 1. Slide sideways.
I think he thought this was Bristol on dirt on Bristol.
He just loops it through 1 and 2.
Yeah, he got completely loose going into that corner.
He got loose off turn 4. And goes down into turn 1 and just drifts it off into turn 1. Sideways, 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 and then hooks it right into the wall.
It amazes me when these cautions come out. You have guys with completely different mindsets. The last caution came out, and you had guys that were like, "Oh my God," like Jonathan Atkins and Noah Nicholson, and JP Burns and Ryan Chapman, Tony Solari are like, "Yay!" And yeah, we got some mixed feelings again, probably on this one too. The leaders probably didn't want to see that caution come out because they were just trying to drive away up front.
Well, I'll be honest with you. I mean, Jonathan Atkins currently sits in 7th. He's still got some work to do. He's still got a lot of traffic he's got to fight through. This is not a given that this is going to be a positive move for him, because he's still going to have to get around some of the other guys to get back up front to be in contention. So while this may help him get closer to some of the other guys, it also may hurt him if he's got a better long-run truck than they do. So this could help or hurt him either way.
Yeah, because I know that the 6 trucks that are in front of him are not just going to move over and give it to him. They're going to make every single pass take 2 or 3 laps. And if you do 2 or 3 laps for each one of these passes or more, there's only 36 laps to go.
All right, well, they right around under caution here. We're getting ready for a restart. JP Burns, Ryan Chapman, Solari, Grossi, and Polt, your top 5. And Polt having a good rebound tonight after not looking so good on that long run, able to kind of find some position, stay out, catch a caution just right. Wayne Grossi having a good night as well up there in fourth, and then Tony Solari in third. It was all about catching that caution at the right time.
Yeah, I believe that I saw the kitchen sink down in the 71 pit under that last caution. They were throwing it at the race truck, trying to get that thing tightened up.
Yeah.
And so far, it's a short run, so maybe he can manage to get it to salvage this and even maybe go forward.
You talk about dirt track, and I think they brought their dirt track truck here tonight.
Yeah, maybe. But doing a good job. He's rebounded. He's up into the top 5.
A couple guys to watch. Jonathan Atkins up to 7th. You got Noah Nicholson back there in 11th trying to make up time. Barrett Kramer in 13th. Those guys are fast. We'll see if they can make some time up as the pace car pulls off. Restart zone, and we are green once again here at Richmond. Great
start for both Elevated Esports there, 1-2. Even for Tony Solari there in third, as the first battle is for fourth between Brendan Pope and Wayne Grossi.
Wayne, a little scrub of the wall off the corner there. They're side by side for fourth and fifth. Right there behind him is fourth, Jonathan Atkins, looking for somewhere to go. Oh, contact with the 7 as they come off the corner. Looks like Wayne got loose off the corner there.
I was about to say the hardest truck he's going to have to probably pass is that number 7 truck, but he's made it through and made it past the 7. So put Jonathan Atkins up to 5th, I believe. Fourth?
5th spot. Right behind the 71 of Jonathan or Brendan Pope. And now side by side is Wayne Grossi and TJ Bartel. TJ trying to use that outside lane.
Yeah, he saw Jonathan Atkins up there. He's like, I can do that too. And don't count out the 70 of Joshua O'Connor, who's had a fast truck all night, but hasn't had the track position since that early caution with the 22.
That's true. He's trying to find his way back up through there as well. A night of recoveries for a lot of these guys, having issues early on or catching the caution at the wrong time.
Yeah, TJ and the 7 still running side by side. The 70 back there trying. One of you guys need to go. We got laps 1 and down.
And TJ does grab that position, so he takes over 6th spot on the outside over Wayne Grossi. So we have TJ up in the 6th, having a solid night.
And as that's going on, Noah Nicholson is starting to make a little bit of moves. He's up to 10th. He's underneath the 21 and looking to get underneath the 70 here.
Look at that 70 using that really high line, but get a great run down the straightaway up beside the 7 of Wayne Grossi.
I like to call that the grandstands line.
The 76 smacked the wall off the corner back there. We keep going though. John Connor keeps it rolling.
Well, that was a Connor and Connor hit because the 70 of Joshua Connor hit the wall coming out of 2-2.
And they're pushing for everything they've got. Was that turn 4? 2 plus 2 is 4, right?
Mm-hmm. Connor and Connor is 2. So we still got some guys that are Jonathan Atkins, and TJ Bartel trying to get underneath Brendan Pope there, all in one shot.
So Atkins gets by. He gets by in the 4th spot. Brendan Pope trying to hang on against TJ Bartel. He tried to close the door on TJ there, and I think it spooked TJ just a little bit.
There, Jonathan Atkins sets his sights on Tony Solari, but he is 1.2 seconds behind Tony here with 27 laps to go.
He's got 3 more trucks he's got to pass, and he is running out of time. And you know these passes are not going to be easy, especially that 10 truck. He's trying to hang on here, have a good points night. We saw how tough he was to pass last week with the 71. Him and the 71 battling at Watkins Glen, able to hang on and get that win, or get second place, I guess, at the Glen last week.
Yeah. Yep. So we're he's moving in. He's only got about 1/10 off of the lead that Tony's got on him. So they're running good times up front. And meanwhile, the 77 is working his way underneath the 70 for 8th position.
How much of this battle back here between the 43? Oh, we got one sideways back there. John Connor, and he hangs on to it, but he was sideways off the corner there.
Ooh, contact. There's two contacts everywhere. The 77 and the 70 had contact. The 22 and the 43 had contact going into turn one.
I'm watching this battle with. We got a slider behind him. Chris Gore. He's in the grass there. He's going to get it going. We're going to stay green. But you're right. I'm watching this Lewis Meglin, Michael Blackner, Barry Kramer fight, and boy, it's a bar fight back here.
It's a brawl. It's not a fight. That's a brawl.
Yeah.
It's a no holds barred brawl, but they're just as fierce up front with the 21, the 66 of Shed.
22 almost wrecked the 43 into turn one.
That wouldn't be the first time either. That's who got together. That's who got together about 3 laps ago.
You're right. Right in front of him, we got another mess.
Shout out to Shad. Yeah, shout out to Shad Curran, who's just now breaking into the.
Oh man!
Breaking into the top 10 as he got real close to the 21 there.
He's tickling that left rear quarter panel of the 21. I don't think the 21 appreciates it. A little bit of contact there through 3 and 4. Shad's going to try to grab that position off the corner, but the 21's going to hang.
Shad's saying there's less than 25 laps to go, man, and I'm in the top 10. He's solidly in ninth now. Good race for Shad, as Jonathan Atkins has hunted down Tony Solari and is fighting for third here.
Yeah, we'll see if he can get around him with, what'd you say, 20 laps to go? 20 to go here at Richmond.
Catching and passing are two different things.
See the 4 hanging it out off the corner. We know the 11's pretty good on the long run, so it's not going to be just an easy pass here. Let's see if we can hang on.
Meanwhile, out front, JP Burns still leading Ryan Chapman in front of these guys. So great job by Elevated Esports, both coming with great cars, being able to take up when they needed to here.
You know, Robert's out there beating himself up because he knows he has the same truck these guys had. He knew he'd have a good shot here tonight. Although Brendan Pohl is currently running in 5th, so it's still a good points night for him regardless.
It is.
But yeah, watching these guys out there do, 1st and 2nd, you really want to be out there.
Yeah, you always want to be out there. Never want to, especially when you have a broken PC, because that just stinks by itself.
Shad's still trying to make his way through here, fighting Wyatt Huntley for 9th. And behind him, Joshua O'Connor, Michael Blackner, things kind of settled down back here. But man, he got hot and heavy there for a little while.
I'm fairly certain we're going to have to send some officials down to the 22 and the 43 pit there. Hopefully they don't come in through inspection together, because they definitely got together a couple times late there. Tony Solari still doing a great job holding off Jonathan Atkins, our early race leader here. Oh, he gets a little sideways coming off.
He gets loose right there. And I'm sure the 4's watching that thinking, okay, where do I pounce? Where do I go here?
His tires might still be, so he's using probably more tire than everybody else in front of him here just to try to get here. And it's so hard to pass. 15
laps to go here. He's running out of time to get it done. He's going to look to the inside here in turn 3 and 4. 11's going to leave him room. Can he get that run off the top? It looks like he does. It's so hard to pass on the bottom.
He still ain't got it done yet. Great battles everywhere here as they're running side by side for third. Oh, he's so loose coming off the corner.
He's hanging on the bottom there. He's trying his best to get it done.
And Tony wants to come up into the booth and get his interview tonight. So he's going to try everything he's got out there.
He's doing a good job so far, hanging tough on that outside lane. A little high there through 3. Can he get a run off 4? He does. He's going to maintain that for now. Looks like he's going to clear him off the corner.
And I tell you what it's going to do, or what it is doing, is it's watching the top 2 just drive away from these 2.
I tell you what, Tony is willing it there on the outside, almost in the wall. Touch, just close.
Yeah, they're both sideways. They're both doing everything they can. You got Brendan Polt now and TJ Bartel kind of closing down on this duo as they run side by side.
And folks, this is why I love this track. Look at this, out the side-by-side racing, lap after lap. You choose your battle, inside, outside. Choose where you want to run, and then just try to hang on and try to best the guy in different parts of the track. That's so much fun.
And there's a lot of racing going on here through the field, but right now the only two that are really side by side are the 4 and the 11. As the 4 finally gets by him,
he does. He clears him there in 1 and 2. He's going to grab that position.
Let's say, is 11 going to cross over underneath him?
Not yet.
But now they're almost 2 seconds behind Ryan Chapman, and 10 laps to go.
Yeah, we're in the single-digit laps now, 9 to go here on the board. So that battle is, while he did get third there finally, that battle side by side is going to cost him. I think there's a chance to run these guys down. J.P. Burns continue to do an excellent job out front right now. They are starting to catch a little lap traffic, but he is starting to pull away from Ryan Chapman a little bit. So JP's gapped the 10 of Chapman just a little bit here. And J.P. Burns is trying to get his first win of the season.
And going back a little bit further, TJ Bartel is working his way underneath Brendan Polt for 5th place. And behind him, we have the 77 and the 7 and the 21 going toe-to-toe in an all-out brawl.
Yeah,
lots
looking
of
back.
blocking, lots of pushing going on back there.
Just watching these guys come down. Only a few laps to go. Was looking at the lineup, and J.P. Burns is third in line. One of the guys who has not won yet this year, and he's looking to get this win and lock himself into the playoffs. And he'll jump a couple of guys, including his teammate who's not here tonight, Robert Malikian. So he'll jump into the playoffs.
Yeah, and with playoff points, which always very helpful in the playoffs.
Coming to 4 to go, 4 laps to go here at Richmond. The Richmond 200, the Sim Racing Points Truck Series in action here tonight. What a great race so far. The top 3 kind of settled, but 4th place now is TJ Bartel starting to put pressure on the 11 of Tony Solari.
He's cleared.
Yeah, I was going to say he got around Brendan Polt. Yeah, exactly.
And the 77 and Noah Nicholson also closing in on Brendan Polt here. So while the top 3 seem to have solidified, nobody behind them has. Got a lap car in the way of Joseph Burgess. But here comes TJ looking underneath the 11.
Here he comes on the inside. Looks like Tony got a little high there and touched the wall. TJ going to go to the top side, try to get it run off. Meanwhile, there's 2 to go for the leaders. Nothing's
changed. Did you say Tony hit the wall?
Yeah. I hadn't said that much tonight. He's done a good job so far tonight. Up in 4th right now. TJ Bartel trying to look underneath now as they exit turn 2. Now it's a battle. TJ has a nose. Does he? No, he doesn't. Meanwhile, the white flag comes out for J.P. Burns. 1 lap to go for the 99 to lock himself into the playoffs, get the first win of the year, get that monkey off his back, and look to have a deep playoff run.
Yeah, and you have called his number several times this year. And, Tony's in the wall and loses the spot to TJ. But J.P. Burns is going to lock it down.
Off of turn 4, he takes the win. The checkered flag here at Richmond. The Richmond 200 goes to J.P. Burns. Ryan Chapman, Jonathan Atkins, T.J. Bartel comes home P4th. In your top 5, Tony Solari.
Tony just smacked the wall coming out of 2 and gave TJ the opportunity to get by him there. So, I know our winner is going to be completely elated with his victory, and I'm pretty sure our 3rd place guy is going to be a bit disappointed, leading all those laps to come home P3, but still P3 and it's still a great run.
That's what I thought. We had some fireworks on the last lap. I'm looking back in the replay here. 70 under the 66, 43 up into the 22 again, all over each other coming through 3 and 4. Let me back that up again.
I told you that we're going to have to send security down to those trucks.
What in the world?
Oh my goodness.
43 just ships the 22 there in 3 and 4, and then gets backed up because Shad was sideways and loses a spot because of it.
The 70 kind of got up and into the 66, which is why the 66 got loose.
Right.
But I have a feeling that 43 move, it was kind of, I would say, kind of payback for several of the prior laps where the 22 got in the back of the 43.
But I'm working 43.
I think we're security.
Yeah, he just sends the 22 up the track, but then runs into the back of the 66, who's it, and
He's
actually loses a
because
position to the 18. Well. Boy, what an exciting one.
Well, you know, we just had 200 laps at Richmond. If nobody's mad at each other at the end of it, then it wasn't a good race.
It was very exciting at different points and times. For sure, very exciting. Let's look at our results here tonight for the Richmond 200. JP Burns getting it done tonight, getting that win this season in dominating fashion there. Once the pit strategy kind of flipped, he was out front and held on to the end there. Ryan Chapman, his teammate, comes home P2 once again. Good solid night for him for points. Jonathan Atkins, heartbreak for him. He had a dominating truck out front, was doing everything he needed to do, stopped for his pit stop, and immediately the caution comes out, and it cost him a chance at the win tonight. TJ Bartell in fourth, a good rebound for him, up 5 spots from where he started, so he had a great night going tonight. Tony Solari in fifth, couldn't quite hold on to that 4th spot, but does come home with the top 5. Brendan Polt in 6th, your B season championship leader. Does about everything he needs to do tonight to kind of solidify that for next week. Comes home in 6th spot. Good run for him. Noah Nicholson in 7th. Another one got bit by that caution that came out during pit stops. He may have had the best long run truck out there tonight, but unfortunately wasn't able to show it. Comes home with 7th. 8th for Wyatt Huntley, who had a solid night tonight too. 9th for Grassi in the 7 truck. 10th spot, the 70 of Joshua O'Connor put on a show tonight. And then 11th for Michael Blackner, 12th for Barry Kramer, 13th for Lewis Meglin. That battle we saw there in the last corner of the last lap, that's where they end up. Shad Kern, unfortunately, loses a couple spots in that whole melee, comes home in 14th. 15th is going to be Brian Messer in the 13. The 16th spot is going to go to the 76 of John Connor. 17th for Chad Lang. 18th is Dave Nestor. 19th, Joseph Burgess. Chris Gorey in 20th. 21st is going to be Brandon Elder. 22nd, Richard Myers. 23rd, Alan Duranco. Marshall Johnson, unfortunately, comes home with 24th. 25th is James Torrey. And then your playoff leader, Nicholas Moreau, has a very struggle bus kind of night. Comes home last in 26th spot. Well,
it won't even phase his playoff lead. So could throw that one away. But what a race!
Absolutely. Well, when we come back, we'll talk to our top 3 finishers, see what they have to say about what they saw out there tonight, and kind of break down the rest of what we saw and get ready for the championship finale at Milwaukee. So we'll see what those guys think about when we head there next week. But we're going to take a quick commercial break, come back to our top 3 finishers. We'll be right back after this.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
We are Best One.
The best tires.
The best customer service.
The best automotive service.
And the best customers. You see, Best One isn't just our name, it's who we are. Since 1948, Best One has been delivering quality and dependable tires and full-service automotive care to our customers. Best One, selling tires, serving people. We are Best One.
Back here at Richmond Raceway, finishing up the Richmond 200 for the Sim Racing Points Truck Series here on Full Throttle Television. What an eventful and exciting race we saw tonight. And man, I had a lot of fun. We're going to get to talk to a couple of our top three finishers as we throw it over to our post-race show presented by Victory Fuel. Remember to use code FTSR for 10% off your order at drinkvictory.com. Check out some swag, get you some Victory Fuel for sure. You want to try that stuff out if you haven't tried it, or restock and reload. If you have, you definitely want to check those guys out. drinkvictory.com, code FTSR. Remember, Victory Fuel, proud sponsor of the Victory Fuel Cup Series here at Full Throttle Sim Racing. Let's talk to our top three finishers. We'll start with our third place finisher tonight, Jonathan Atkins. And Jonathan, I'm sure you have some thoughts about tonight's race. Man, you had a dominating truck out there tonight. To come home third has to be kind of a disappointment because you had a great truck out front. It looks like you were set and you chose to pit, and immediately the caution comes out. What luck?
Yeah, that's how my luck goes, I guess. That's probably the most disappointed I've ever been with finishing third. And I knew, when it came out, I was screwed. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. They don't ever fall my way like that. So you like to say, well, it'll come back to me that way, but my luck is not that way. So
yeah, I know a few that kind of feel the same way. It seems like it always kind of goes wrong. I think I've talked to TJ before, and TJ's like, every time I pit, the caution comes out. So, man, I and you go back and look at it, and you'll be even more frustrated because it was a single car spin that caused all that, and I couldn't believe it, man. You guys had just pitted, and the caution comes out, and then I look when you come out. I was like, okay, he's in seventh spot, and he's gonna have a chance. He's got a fast truck. Can he get around him? I knew passing was going to be difficult, but man, it just seemed like your truck would not wake up in traffic. It looked like.
I mean, it's really hard to pass there, and it definitely wasn't as good in traffic as it was out front. But there was a couple people that kind of let me go, and then Tony, we raced the shit out of each other for 15 laps, and I kind of let the first two get away for sure. But I don't know. It's part of it. I don't expect anybody to just roll over. It was hard racing coming up through there. It's really hard to get off the bottom without spinning the tires. So
Well, look, I know in the moment you're not going to think about this, but we look back and look at the racing that you and Tony put on, some of the other great racing that was happening out there tonight. It looked like it was a lot of fun. You can be you can be frustrated too in the moment too, because like I said, with you and Tony getting stuck side by side and watching the 2 leaders drive away, that is frustrating, especially after leading so many laps. But the racing out there, the side by side racing, looked like so much fun. You could kind of pick your groove. Like the 11 hung there for, I don't know how many laps you guys ran side by side. So it's always kind of a fun, I think it's always kind of fun to go to a track where you have that option. You have that second lane. You have that ability to run side by side, even if in the moment it frustrates the hell out of you. Trust me, I've been there and done that too. But looking back, man, it's got to be a lot of fun to run a track like this.
So I had a lot of fun, especially up front. Like I've never really liked Richmond, but like I don't know if they reconfigured it or something. iRacing did, but I really enjoyed the track, and I could run the top in 3 and 4 and make good lap time up there, which is not something I was used to at Richmond either. So I kept trying to kind of roll the top around Tony, and I couldn't quite get to his quarter. So
yeah, I saw you up top too. That was kind of cool. Saw a couple guys using that top lane trying to get that run off the corner. So looks like it works for the most part. But anyway, man, I can understand completely 100% the disappointment of coming home in third after what happened. You know, running up front, having a dominant truck, and just basically luck, just racing luck. You catch the caution wrong. Caution comes out while you're on pit road and traps you back in traffic. So that's unfortunate, but still a good night, still a solid night. You showed everybody you had the pace to win this race. It just didn't work out that way. So congratulations on third place. I'm going to hand you the mic to let you do your shout outs and your sponsor plugs.
I appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for putting everything on. It's been a lot of fun. And thank GHR, my teammates, Wyatt and Brandon Berry, Shock Eye Performance, Studio 10 Wraps, Miller Family Trucking, I think, and my smoking hot wife. That's all.
Don't forget her. She'll be mad. Yeah. All right, man. Again, congratulations, and we'll see you next week at Milwaukee.
All right, thank you.
All right, so it's third place finisher tonight. Jonathan Atkins in that 4 truck. Man, he was quick. The caution just didn't fall quite right, but you're going to talk to our second place finisher. I believe you're standing by with the 10 of Ryan Chapman.
Yeah, I'm down here with Ryan Chapman, who I'm becoming fast friends with. Got to interview him last week after finishing second at Watkins Glen. Come home P2 again tonight here at Richmond, a completely different racetrack from last week. But Ryan, starting P19th all the way up to 2, you had a fast hot rod.
Yeah, qualifying didn't work in my favor, and God forbid that back of the pack was crazy. So that was fun, but yeah, overall it was a really good truck. Just long run kind of hurt me here. I am terrible in the long run on short tracks for some reason. Just the setup just didn't fit me right for the long run. Just was too tight center, and yeah, but overall it was fun.
Yeah, it looks, Brody's already kind of mentioned it in some of our interviews, but looked like a ton of fun out there. A lot of different grooves going on. A lot of guys running the high side, guys running the bottom. So it looked like there was a ton of options as you were coming up through the field.
Yeah, there's multiple options. You could run the bottom, you could run the middle, you could run the top. Just the bottom didn't work for me too well. I kept getting loose underneath people, so I had to make majority of my passes on the high side, because that's obviously where I could put the most power down and keep the wheels planted in the rear. But yeah, overall it was definitely fun, definitely challenging to get back up through the field, just because of how the track is, and just because it's so hard to pass on the bottom, you have to kind of make it work on the top unless you have a set built for the bottom.
Yeah, and honestly, you guys with Elevated, you guys have definitely been coming lately. You having a lot of good finishes here. Like I said, the second time in a row finishing P2. But Robert Malikian was closing in on a possibly championship, but had some computer issues. But JP Burns, your other teammate, getting it done tonight. So Elevated Esports is definitely showed up here in B season, and hopefully, what are you guys thinking about? What are you thinking about next week going into the season finale at Milwaukee?
I'm absolutely trash at that place, so you won't be seeing me anywhere near the front. But the rest of my teammates, I know JP was good there last time we went there. But what I tell you guys at Daytona, I'm locking my boys in. We're getting them in, and we're getting them in. That's the point. We got JP in. That was the main goal tonight. He was always there. He's always been close, and I'm just so pumped to finally get him locked in and not have to worry about anything.
Yeah, absolutely. You guys are doing a heck of a job. Robert Malikian, I believe, is leading the non-race winners in the points right now. So he's just about locked into the playoffs. So, like I said, you guys are coming. So, once again, congratulations on another P2. I'm gonna give you the floor for some shout outs.
Thanks, guys. I would say I'd like to say shout out to FTSR for putting this on, you guys for doing the broadcast, and obviously all of our teammates, all the guys just killing it this season. I can't be more proud of what our guys have put out there. Just showing what Elevate's actually capable of and showing that we are a force to be reckoned with. And just all of our sponsors. We got Elevated Outdoors, Gums Auto, Branded, obviously, again on the truck. So got them another podium. So I'm pumped about that. I know a few of them are watching tonight. So shout out to them. And also our other sponsors, Victory Fuel, Nerd Dudes. And I know my mom and dad are watching currently, so shout out to them for watching and staying up this late and enjoying the race and enjoying you guys broadcasting. And yeah, man, just pumped again to get one of our guys locked in. Pumped for another P2. Pumped for another 1-2. So nothing more I could ask for.
Yeah, well, it was a great run. So congratulations again. Brody, I think you're standing down there with probably one of the happiest guys at the place tonight, but probably bummed out that the new rule that they can't get up on the hoods or the roofs anymore to celebrate. So I don't believe we have anybody with a broken collarbone in Victory Lane tonight.
Yeah, I'm standing by down here with JP Burns. JP, again, I told the guy on Monday night, I'm going to tell you again, be easy getting out of the truck. You know, don't fall. Man, congratulations. Yeah, man, congratulations, man. What a run there tonight. When the pit strategy kind of flipped your direction, you were able to take the lead, take control, and you didn't look back, man. You had your teammate, the 10 of Chapman, back there behind you, but you were solid all night. I talked all night, and this is my number one question for you because I saw you last night in practice. You stayed to the very end, running laps. You run the most laps of anybody this week, I think, as far as our practice goes. So it looks like it paid off, man. Again, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, all the practice was definitely needed. I'm a little rusty on this track, but it definitely helped. I knew I had the pace to be up front, but I was just trying to save some tires for most of the race, and yeah, that pit strategy worked out perfectly for me.
Well, I will say that on that one run, we saw your truck come in on the long run. You know, the 10 of Chapman got by you before the pit stops there, and you were able to work back by him before the caution came out. So you definitely had a long run truck. Obviously, you had a short run truck too because it worked out there at the end. So just kind of talk about your night. Kind of, you said you were kind of pacing yourself. What was the plan tonight? What you were going to charge at the end? What you were kind of. I know you guys were kind of riding for pit stops, but what were you thinking?
Well, the first stage, I knew I wasn't going to catch Jonathan, so I just rode it out in second, and then had a bad pit stop. Kind of went in a little too deep, and yeah, after Ryan got past me, I just figured let's save some tires. Got a long run ahead of us, so. No, I can't really complain.
It sounds like it's a pretty quiet night for you tonight. Pretty solid night. Nothing really to complain about. I'm going to throw it to Richie though and let him. Maybe he's got something to ask.
Well, sort of. So this whole season, you've had speed you and all of Elevate have had speed all season, and every race. You're one of Brody's guys to watch or his straight up pick. And it always seems to have that commentator curse on you. But tonight you were able to make it through. So what has been your guys' key this year to getting more and more speed?
Honestly, the practices have been helping me a lot myself and being able to translate that information to my teammates a little bit of, depending on the track temperature and all that stuff. And so it's, being in the league for a couple of years now and starting to understand the tracks a little bit more and just getting more comfortable with everything.
Well, you get the win tonight. You get yourself into the playoffs, man. You are locked in. I know we only got one regular season race, but you go into next week with nothing to lose really at this point. And I will say, Ryan Chapman said you were one to watch for next week, that you were really good at Milwaukee last year. I don't know how he remembers this stuff. I don't remember, but apparently you were really quick last year at Milwaukee. What's the thoughts going into that track next week?
Yeah, I totally wasn't even thinking that far ahead, but now that you said that, yeah, I did finish second there last year, and I did have some speed and pace on the long run. I find the tracks where you have to put a little bit of brake into it favor me a little bit more, just because I come from more of a road racing background than oval. So the little bit of brake at any track, it's a little bit on my side, my advantage.
Well, we look forward to seeing what you can do next week. But, man, for now, enjoy it. Go celebrate. Congratulations on the win tonight at Richmond. It's awesome. It was an awesome race out there. You have to go back and watch it. There was a lot of racing going on behind you. You may have been settled in up front, but, man, there was a lot of stuff going on behind you. You'll have to check it out. So, man, congratulations. Enjoy the win. Congrats on locking yourself in the playoffs, and go get them next week. I'm going to hand you the mic, though, and let you do your shout-outs and your sponsor plugs.
I appreciate it, gentlemen. So I'd like to thank Elevated Outdoors, Gums Auto Center, Branded Country, Victory Fuel, and Nerditudes, and my race team of all, Elevated Esports.
All right, well, there's your winner tonight. JP Burns in the number 99. JP, we'll see if you can go 2 for 2 next week at Milwaukee.
Fingers crossed.
All right, there's your winner tonight. Richie, man, what an exciting race, man. It sounds like JP was just on a Sunday drive there out front, but man, behind him, it was chaos.
It was brawls. There was brawls and fights and all kinds of stuff happening behind him.
It was a lot of fun to watch. I hope everybody enjoyed it like we did. It was entertaining for sure. So let's see. We got Monday night. We're here at Richmond once again with the Victory Fuel Cup Series. 2 races to go in that series, and you'll be out there as well. So look forward to seeing what the Cup Series drivers put on for a show. 250 laps for them, so a little bit longer race for those guys. We'll see what they can do. And then Wednesday night, the Truck Series finale next Wednesday at 9 p.m. You can catch it right here on Full Throttle Television, the Milwaukee 200. Looking forward to that. So final thoughts, Richie?
I'm just shaking my head. We had that race, had everything in it. It had everything from long runs to a couple of cautions to some pit road drama, and then some tempers flaring. So I can't wait to go down and see the aftermath of how the guys thought it went. But as far as I'm concerned, that race had everything.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the garage myself and see what's going on. Looks like it should be a lot of fun. Well, hope you guys enjoyed the broadcast like we did. For everybody at Full Throttle Television, for Richie Coy, my name's Brady Hanna. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight, and we'll see you on Monday night back here at Richmond for the Cup Series. See you then.